Alright guys, hello and welcome back to our playthrough of Final Fantasy IV. So we actually left off at the Sylph Cave here. So, we found Yang. He is definitely chilling. He's like knocked out, like he didn't respond to anything we had to really say to him, and he just kind of hung out. And here's the thing, none of the party members cared either. That was a little bit odd. I feel like they would have been more like, oh wow, Yang is here, the guy we thought's dead, but they had no response. But at least for this moment, we're not concerning ourselves with Yang. We are going through the Passage of the Ancients here. Yeah, and seeing what's going on here, because I think there's stuff going on that we can actually, like, you know, check out. I don't know if we're actually like tough enough for this area, but we just like casually entered the sealed cave and then promptly got into a very difficult fight. So I feel like honestly the game wants us to explore these areas. I don't think it wants us to hide away. It's very much like, oh yes, explore the Sylph Cave, explore the, you know, Passage of the Ancients, explore whatever you got to explore, right? So I think inherently it wants us to do that. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, let's I don't know if there's actually a way to... Ooh, there is. We're making it all the way over. Passage of the Eidolons. Soma drop. Alright, these are Blood Eyes, but it's gonna be really tough for them to come out ahead. The thing is, like, once we get the first strike there, we can immediately take one out, and then there's just one left just hanging around. So, like, it's not really that dangerous. At least I feel like it's not, so. One thing I did think was interesting, that I think maybe we should have done with the other Final Fantasies, is the entire game gives itself away. Like, there's, like, at least for this one, the pre-movie, like the little like movie you get when you like start the game or you're at the title screen for too long, kind of gives away the entire game, like in scenes. So I think it might be fun, like after we beat the game, to go through that video again, because there's a lot of references that you don't realize. I don't know. I'm trying not to spoil myself with a lot of like the games I haven't played yet, like After Years and 5 and 6, 8, stuff like that. But I definitely know a little bit about them. I kind of did a little bit of a spoiler like recently. I was dumb and I was about to launch the game Final Fantasy IV to play it like tonight to, you know, record. And I accidentally hit After Years, and I saw like on the picture, Edge on the photo, and because it's a sequel, I can only assume that Edge is gonna stay alive throughout this. So like that's a little bit of a spoiler. I don't know, it's kind of a small one though. You kind of know someone doesn't die. It only matters because, and this is kind of like a pet peeve of mine, but like once I know something like that, no matter how much danger a character's in, I just assume like, it'll be fine, whatever. You know what I mean? Like you can just like write them off as a possibility of any like bad thing happening to them. Like they're not gonna die, they're gonna be fine. So no matter what happens, they fall off a cliff and, you know, they're out of the party, you can just be like, oh, they're fine though, because they're in the sequel, so it's all good. We know they live. I don't know, it's like a small thing, but it always bugs me. And I always do that to myself though. Like I always like look up like a thing and accidentally click the wrong thing and find out. Ooh, what are we facing here? Fell Knight and what were the other ones called? I mean, they got a heck of a stance. I don't know what they're doing. Imp. That's pretty classic. Just Imp. Alright, well we definitely need to float, because I think we're gonna burn to death if we don't float, so let's do that. And let's jump in here real quick with the heals. I am curious how many floors are here. It's interesting. And I could be wrong with this, but it really does feel like the game wanted us to go to this area first. Like, it didn't want us to immediately go to the cave. I don't know. I really have no basis for that. You know what I mean? Like, I have no real basis to be like, oh, that's how it is. Because, like, well, how do you know? Because there's not really any reason that would be so. Ooh, death. Not a fan of that. It does feel like a lot of these status ailments and stuff, and effects like death, like they're not as prevalent in this Final Fantasy. The successes level increased, so did edges. That's good. I don't know. It feels like it just doesn't occur as much for us. You know what I mean? Like we're just kind of like we're just gonna be fine. The only thing I should double check though, I messed up. We got like a Soma drop. What is that? Is that the MP one? It is. Raise max MP. Okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, good for us, right? Oh, preemptive strike on this sorcerer. Oh, it's over. This dude is so messed up. It is just graveyard. Wait, what? This thing's still alive? Okay, maybe it wasn't immediately graveyard. I really thought we were gonna wipe him out in like 2 hits, but I mean that was a very clear like we just don't lose that fight. Alright, we got this. We got this. Alright, cool. I am curious, like, what kind of boss is going to be here. So we think about it like this. So when we jumped in here, Rydia was like, oh, we should like go talk to like Leviathan or whatever. So is Leviathan gonna be like the final boss of this dungeon? I don't know. There's a big thought process that goes through my head, of course, where I'm like, oh yeah, like what is? It's a dungeon. There has to be a big boss at the end. Who really is the big boss? I don't really know. I don't think it's Spider Ladies. Quake seems like it'd do a lot. Oh yeah, yeah, that would do a lot. Oh, we confused her. Oh, that is so good. We're gonna kill her before it can matter, but it would have been so good. Yeah, that's rough. We could be dead here because only Kane and Cecil will be alive. Yeah, I really messed up. I hope that they only do Quake twice. Or else this is where's the better cures? No, I didn't do it in time. That's game over, right? Yeah. What a shame. Party has fallen. Well, what if I continue? Will that just continue from, like... Wait, what? continue actually continues from, like, I was messing up the whole time. I was doing the, this passage leads to the home of the Eidolons. I was doing the whole, like, reload the entire game thing. Man, what a fool I was. I don't know. The continue is kind of lame, though. I don't know. I'm torn on it because the whole issue I have with it is there's no punishment. And I talked about this, I think, in like a Blitzball video of all videos, where I'd said, like, the issue I have with, like, games that just say, oh no, it's fine, just hit continue, is the fact that you can take any risk whatsoever and then continue afterwards limits the idea of risks. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't have to be careful, it can become not fun, depending on what the game's aiming for. And it just depends on that, because, you know, I think it's the core, I guess, I don't know, I feel like I'm explaining this very, very poorly, but what is this thing? Thunder Dragon. Are we just in, like, a crap ton of trouble now? I don't know. Well, what I'm saying is games that rely partially or all on exploration can become kind of ruined when there's no risk to that exploration. Like, when you can just go anywhere and, like, nothing matters, then it's not as fun. I guess it just depends on what you're looking for. Like, personally, I like the idea that sometimes I'll go somewhere and it's like, oh, you shouldn't have gone there, and the game will be like, oh no, like, don't do this, and it doesn't, like, hard block you off, but it just gives you reasons not to. Like, that's what I like most of all. Like, a game that I think does this really well, and I mentioned this before, and it's not a Final Fantasy game, but Fallout New Vegas, when you leave the initial town, there's what is this thing? What in the world is this thing? The Feymarch. But you leave the initial town, and then a guy goes, like, if you go the wrong way, a guy goes, hey, you shouldn't go this way. And you're like, ah, whatever, I'll go anyways. And if you go, there's, like, an enemy that just wipes you out. You know? And like, it's not impossible to get by that enemy, but it's not recommended to go that way. Rydia, you've returned. I mean, Final Fantasy VII is also another one with the Midgar Zolom, where, like, you're not supposed to go there, but you can. So, like, stuff like that's really well done, I think. This is the Feymarch, the land we Eidolons call home. This is such an interesting place. Rat Tail. I don't know. Well, that was my rant on exploration. As I literally just used the continue. The Eidolon King resides in the deepest reaches of the Feymarch. You are the first humans to visit our land, save for Rydia. Okay. Where does this go? Does this just go back to where I was? Dude, this is kind of confusing, actually. Yoichi arrows. Yoichi bow. If I remember, Yoichi bow is actually, like, really, really good, generally. Yeah, look at that. You know, we don't need sass effects. We just need the damage. I remember Yoichi bow, I think in Final Fantasy 12 being, like, really crazy. No, what have I done? Did I really mess that up? Oh my gosh, dude. Alright, we're gonna burn a cottage here. We don't need to, like, hoard them at all. That is kind of annoying. It just, like, throws you right back to the main, like, area. You know what I mean? You're just like, come on. I want to keep on exploring. Wait, what? I'm heading back to town right now. Care to join me? I'm scared of monsters, so let's hurry. I'm really surprised that they gave you a way back in. I thought it was just going to be some real mean stuff where it was like, oh man, you messed up, that sucks, and then you just gotta walk all the way back. So this is the Feymarch. This is interesting. Let's go here. Wonder if this just goes back to the surface again. Oh. Rydia, it has been some time, hasn't it? Is this mist? I don't understand. Is this the essence of mist in Final Fantasy XII? Hello, Rydia. What, is it strange for you to hear me speak? I mean, a bit. Haven't met many speaking chocobos. I wonder how Ifrit is these days. Hot-headed as ever, no doubt. Cast Float in Titan. Wait, cast Float and Titan can shake the earth all day for all the good it will do. Chocobo, Shiva, Ramu, and all the rest reside here. This is so cool, guys. Dude, I am here for it. Welcome. Cast Reflect, cast Blink, cast Haste, Berserk Stop, Ether. Ethers are expensive. Beds are 1200 gil. What do you even use the money for, man? All in all, this is some really cool stuff. I don't know if I'm supposed to be here yet, but I'm still about it. Rydia, I'm so glad you're back. You see, I need your help with a problem. Did something happen? My friends went off on a trip and never came back. They were supposed to be back today. Okay, we'll go look for them. And if we find them, we'll tell them to get back to town. You will? Oh, you're a lifesaver. Any idea where they could have gone? One wanted to go see the desert. There's supposed to be something called an oasis there, and it seems he really wanted to drink the water there. Thanks, we'll go to look around. Okay, this is got like, this is reminiscent of the Chocobo hunt in Final Fantasy X. This is where Rydia lived for all that time? A town? Eidolons have their own society? Everyone who meets Rydia adores her, don't they? I hope they won't be angry at me for bringing others here. An entire city of Eidolons. City of God. Oh, hey, how's it going, buddy? It's good to see your face again, Rydia. Oh, Rydia. Are those your human friends? This is our library. It is a storehouse of arcane lore and wisdom. The king will not lend ear to your words unless you have proven your strength in battle against Queen Asura. Do not leave us again, Rydia. I cannot bear to say goodbye again. Our weapons are not made for human hands. Are you sure that you can wield them? Rydia, now this is a surprise. Our weapons are not made for human hands. Literally has a whip. Oh my gosh. About as human hands as you can get right there. We just gotta make sure there's not like a secret passageway. I hear our brethren are the source of all manner of trouble in your world. How shameful. This land is ruled by the Eidolon king and his lady wife, Queen Asura. I have to fight this dude's wife to get his respect. You shouldn't bring other humans here without good reason, Rydia. We dwell here in quiet seclusion. Okay, so there's a bit of seclusion going on. What kind of armor do they have? Welcome. Aegis shield. Luminous robe. And that just seems too good to be true. I gotta try it on. Oh, and the magic defense goes up. That is really nice. Yeah, a lot of this is just really solid stat boosts. I don't know. I feel like every single purchase is a little bit of a risk because I never know if I'm going to find that same item in a dungeon later. Because we're nearing what I perceive to be the end game, I think it's worth it at this point. Hush, this is a library. I've never read a more fascinating tale. Even yet, there remain Eidolons that no summoner has ever learned to call. Ifrit, the Infernal. Spouting flames hot and hungry, enough to consume all they touch, he shows his foes no mercy. Titan, the Earth Reaver. His mighty arms rend earth and stone, feeding his foes to Gaia's gaping maw. The cave to the world of men. To reach the other side is a test in of itself, requiring exceeding will and strength of arm alike. The history of the Feymarch extends eons before that of the world of men. The Summoner's Craft. The mages known as summoners call forth Eidolons with their spells, but there are few today who remember the ancient art. Ramu, the Elder Justicar? Something like that. His anger calls forth thunderclouds as dark as winter night, whose deadly bolts dispense justice with the greatest of efficacy. The noble Chocobo, fleet of foot, at least when fleeing, he is of an undeniably charming character. There is a lot of just cool stuff here. A chiliad I could spend within this place, and still would there remain tombs I had not read, and secrets I hungered to know. Have humans mastered the use of ink and quill as well? Yeah, we have. The Code of the Eidolon. Give not your power lightly, lest it be used for ill. Of righteousness is true strength born, and so must it be tested. Odin, the Reaver. Only once has he known defeat, and that only when lightning struck his fearsome blade. The Eidolon King. Born of the northern sea itself, he is the lord of all waters, an unchallenged champion of the Eidolons. So Leviathan is the king? Asura, queen of the Eidolons, lady wife of the Eidolon king and the gatekeeper to all who would address him. Only those possessed of wit enough to turn her strength against her and so overcome her challenge may address the king himself. This could be important. So look at this text. Only those possessed of wit enough to turn her strength against her. So reflect? Is that what that's referencing? It could be. The twin moons. In times of old it is said that but one of the two hung in the velvet of our night sky. So only one was in the night sky, so one is not supposed to be there, or just generally isn't. The Hallowed Father. The first sire, hallowed father to all Eidolons, watches over his children from on high. So indomitable is his strength that he has never known defeat. None could hope to emerge victorious against him, save perhaps a warrior capable of rising to the heavens in order to deliver the felling stroke. He has never known defeat, capable of rising to the heavens. I assume that just means going to the moon, but also like maybe we're going to use jump with Cain. And lo, the whale leapt from the moon that he had begotten it, descending upon this land. No sooner was it swallowed by the dragon, in whose jaws it does slumber even yet. What? What does this mean? And lo, the whale leapt from the moon that had begotten it, descending upon this land. No sooner was it swallowed by the dragon, in whose jaws it does slumber even yet. The only dragon I can think of is Bahamut. Do we need to face Bahamut and get him to cough up a whale? I don't know. This is some next level stuff. Eidolons, monsters and men. From what do they arise, and to where do they return? It is a question as old as us all. Sylphs, the fair and seld-seen fae. Only when they work as one, flitting about on their gossamer wings, is the true wonder of their delicate strength revealed. Okay, well, he said eons, and I feel like that did not take eons. Just like 10 minutes. This is the audience chamber of the king and queen of the Eidolons. To speak to the king, you must first have the blessing of his queen, her majesty, Asura. Is there any secret areas we should be concerned about? Your Majesty, Rydia, it is good to see you again, and well. Please, Your Majesty, we have need of your strength. Then I shall lend it to you. But you know I must first test your own. It is the code, and the code must be observed. Have you the courage and strength to face me? No. Then I must apologize. I cannot give my strength to you until you have proven yourselves worthy of receiving it. The Eidolon King? Oh no, youngling, I am but a feeble old man. Ah, that's some BS right there. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. Alright, so we need to face this lady. We also need to find this dude's friend in the desert, which I assume is where we got swept to after we blew up Mist. Alright, well, a little bit of a short video today, but we're probably going to end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And when we come back, we are going to face this lady, Asura character, and see what we can do. Till next time.